Hi, I'm Mark Thompson, and I want to introduce you to 500 Buyers. How many times have you bought a product and then for the next 3 or 4 days afterwards received emails promoting completely different products, and the marketer you originally bought off is just trying to sell to you? It's happened to me quite a bit recently, and it really is the wrong way about going about building a long-term, stable business. You see, the thing is that people like you and me, and majority of people who buy internet marketing products, they want to be led and guided. They don't want to be pushed and forced into buying things. They want us to teach, and they want us to coach, and they want us to motivate, and they want us to inspire, and they also want us to lead by example. And when you start to do this, something really special happens to your business. Your income starts to increase and your sales increase. And trust me, this really works. This is a screenshot from the result of a JV competition. And that's me sat in 3rd place. And I'm surrounded by some quite big names in the WSO market there. And they all have pretty big lists. We're probably talking about 20, 30, 40,000, some of them. There's me sat in number 3 with my 2,500 to 3,000 list. And you notice that on day one, not only did I finish 3rd, I also won for the highest earnings per click. A few years ago, a musician called Whitney, back in 2004, came out with a statement about how the model for new bands was to be targeting smaller number of people. Now I took what he said and I changed it around a little bit. This is sort of my prophecy and mission statement for the next few years. And it states, an internet marketer who focuses on a smaller number of customers and serves them with a high level of direct interaction and communication will be the new model for success. So let me introduce you to the 500 buyer business model. It's very, very simple. It's very easy. First thing you do is you create small targeted lists and you target your ideal buyer. You then create value and you build a relationship with those buyers. You don't go out and start selling immediately. You give them something that they can learn from. You constantly communicate with your subscribers and educate them and motivate them and show them how to succeed online. You only ever promote what fits. I've done, I think, about 4 promotions in the last 6 months or so, and pretty much every one of those I finished really high up in the JV competitions if they had them. I've actually won one, finished 2nd in another one. You saw I finished 3rd in a major one. That's because I only promote what I know fits my buyers. That's because I've got a small targeted list. And I also then provide targeted training and products to these people. Now the old business model, which many marketers are using at the moment, is simply to build big lists. They promote all the time to make as much money as possible. They churn and burn their lists. They get people in and they get them unsubscribed as quick as possible if they're not buying. They create products solely just to sell them, not to add any value. And the customer and any value they add is complete afterthought. A few days ago, I sat having lunch with a couple of mates of mine who are marketers, and they launched a product. They'd written the product over the preceding 3 days, and while we were sat at lunch, they sent out 2 emails. They didn't have any JV partners, they didn't have any affiliates, they weren't marketing to the Warrior Forum, they were marketing directly to their targeted list. The result of those 2 emails and a couple of days later was in 3 days, they sold 104 copies of the product they wrote at $97 each. Contrast that with your average WSO, where people are fighting to get JV partners, they're fighting against other launches. They're lucky to make 500 sales at $9. Which model do you think is best? So you imagine you had 365 buyers that spend 1 day's income a year. You've just replaced your day job. If you have 500 buyers, you've got financial freedom. And this is the way forward. And this is what 500 Buyers is about. The great thing is it works for all niches. The launch I witnessed took place in the fitness niche. I've seen people target real estate professionals. I've seen people target chiropractors. I've seen people target chefs. The world's your oyster. If there's people who want to succeed in their business, in their life, then they are a target market. But not only does it work for vendors, it also works for affiliates. If you're an affiliate and you can build a nice niche list in that market, then it's going to work for you. Let's start a revolution. Get 500 Buyers now for free at 500buyers.com.